Hello, today is whatever day it is right now, 2018, Friday, March 23, and I just got another message from the owner of this. He's in Hillsboro, Oregon, okay. Anyway, just gonna run through briefly here. I haven't turned it on all day, or since yesterday, so let's see here. Let me angle up the camera just a tad. There we go. All right, here we go. I'm gonna turn it on. So on radio, I've disconnected the antenna. Here's the microphone I'm using. All right. I don't have the antenna connected, but let me give it some volume.
She drives through my bones, baby. The bottom of my heart. I just want to say, oh yeah. All braces style, not a 900.
So the radio works briefly. Now I have it on. What is this here? I can't see this. Oh God. That's tape 1. That's the lower deck. Okay, so I'm gonna put it. Well, just play. See, eject. Take the Aldo Novo. Drop it in. And hit play. And does that. All right. Hit that. Does that. Let's see, does that show up on the camera? Yes, it does. Okay. And then if we go that way, all right, so that works. And it kicks out. If I hit eject, let me see if it ate the tape a little bit. Oh gosh, I don't know. Now let me take a different tape, which is Doobie Brothers, stick it in. Wait, I gotta switch it over to the other deck. So now, so this, see, I can't hold the microphone either, so it does that. Wait, it does this. Of course, it plays like that, sounds like that, and if I hit the program, it'll switch. But the problem is we have the issue of the hiss. And that's, rewind. So there's some tunes, but the balance is there. The balance is here. Alright, so it looks like that. But it just has this terrible hiss. So now I'm just going to kick that out, all right, and discombobulate. So that all works, best I know. So now I'm going to unplug my camera, and I'm going to untake the camera from here, all right, and then see. So that's so wide out. There we go, wide out. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the back because I have the back open. Like I said, I just disconnected this here from that there, all right. What I want to show you is that on the upper deck here, this wire right here, the brown wire, which plugs into that connection right there with the yellow, wait, that's the head deck, okay, or the head for the upper deck wire. This black wire here plugs onto that. That's also from the upper deck. And then the power lead for the upper deck is these two. These two wires right here, and they plug into up here, okay, right there. So that's it. That's all that goes to the upper deck. Just these two wires, the head wire, and then this ground wire. I guess that's what it is, okay. That is all that is connected to the upper deck. This up here, is the amplifier and such with the, the amp chips. And in the lower deck, I don't know, there's just a zillion wires here. All kinds of things to plug in and unplug. You have to, when removing this deck, you have to, oh gosh. When removing this deck, you have to unplug. See, give me the flashlight, don't work now. Give me another flashlight. Give me this one here. Okay. Good grief. Alright. When you have to remove this deck, you have to remove this 4-pin plug up here. You have to remove, what else? You have to remove this one here, which is for the upper deck. You have to remove this 3-pin plug here. Wait, you're not seeing that. Wait, yeah, that 3-pin plug. You have to remove this multicolored plug, okay? Then you have to go down here and you have to remove this little pin plug, which is undone. That's for the edit. Okay, I didn't plug it in because it's just difficult to do, but it's not needed. It's only needed for the whatchamacallit. Then up here you have to remove this main power lead, which comes from the power switch over there. Okay, and then you have to remove. Let's see here. You have to remove. Like I said, this plug here, which goes to the upper deck, that's the power plug for it. And then I don't. I have to rotate the whole thing around to show you it's still plugged in and turned on. Good God. Okay, there's this, let's see here. This one right here, you have to unplug. That goes to something. It goes to up front there, I don't know. You have to remove this lower 3-pin power plug going to, again, to the front to power this. And then this one you have to undo, which is the lower pin. I started naming these with the connection 308, I think it is, because this one up here is. Anyway, I've labeled all the ones that they're like that. I don't know what else I can tell you. It's just this thing's got a hole, and then of course you have to undo this wire. That's real difficult to do because it's got a clamp to hold it in place. If you can send this to the man Caution that you're speaking of, I would be glad to do that, because I don't know. This is very clean on the inside. I don't see any burnt resistors. You know, these are resistors. The yellow ones are capacitors. The blue ones are capacitors. You know, the little black things, those are transistors. I don't know what is making the hissing sound in the upper deck here, okay? As you can see, it's very clean on the inside. I've sprayed down all the circuit boards with contact cleaner, and then hosed it off with, I've sprayed it down with this stuff here, okay? And I've hosed it off with with computer air, this stuff right here. Okay, so, and then lastly, I don't have my test thing in here because it's in the other room. I was testing batteries, but well, here, I'll just go get it real quick. I'll just show you. Let's see here. Oh, God. Where's the darn thing? Yeah. This is my only test equipment. This is all I have that I use for everything all the time. I power it on, that's it. That's all I know. That's all I use. Okay, so that's all I know, alright? So I'm at my wit's end with this. I've rebelted this. I didn't even pull up any pictures that I've taken of this. I've taken a zillion pictures of this radio. On the inside, I've let's see here. Where is it? Well, anyway, there's just so many wires in this thing. I have done all I can. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. Just, I need help, or preferably ship this off to the man called Caution in Boomboxery. That's all I know. I mean, it's very clean. Both decks have got new belts. They're the proper size. I mean, I can rattle them off. The lower deck here has a 9.6 flat belt. It's got a 8.9 secondary belt. The tape counter has also an 8.9 belt. This upper deck has a 10-inch belt, and that's it. I don't know what else more to say or do with this machine. I can't fix it. That's all I know. Good day, bye-bye. Hope you enjoyed. I didn't.